Hi, I am Terry Camus.
I'm Shannon Laudette.
Once again, we are here to talk a little shop.
Yep, and today's topic is 26 ways to create a winning offer.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box.
Yeah. So some of these are very simple, some are very advanced. A strong, experienced real estate agent will be able to guide you through this process. But we thought it was important to be able to go over the 26 different options that can be used.
Right. These are methods that we've discovered over years and years of writing and receiving real estate offers.
You're not going to use them all, and you definitely need to be consulting your agent with just about each and every one of them.
Yep.
So number one, if it's not cash, then you definitely have to have a pre-approval letter, and that is number one. It's super critical.
Number one.
Pre-approval letter.
Number two, seems like the most simple of all, other than the pre-approval letter, offering more money, a higher list price or a higher offer price.
Earnest money. So in earnest money, you want to have a minimum of 1%. You want to have some skin in the game. You want to come in strong.
Yep. Number four, discovering the optimal closing date for the seller, especially if the house is occupied. They may not want to leave in 30 days. They might like 60 days or even more.
Yeah, that's a really good call out. So number five, what else is important to the seller? I think for the buyer's agent to be calling the listing agent to find out exactly what is important is this really great, strong idea.
Mm-hmm. Number six, shortening the inspection contingency time frame from the default 10 days, maybe to 4 or 5 days to get that inspection done.
Number seven, if you have an offer sent in and you have shortened up that inspection time frame, go ahead and call your list of home inspectors, find someone that can get in there in a day or two, and then let the listing agent know, hey, we are ready to go within 2 days.
Number eight, getting a pre-inspection done. That means getting a home inspection done before you write your offer and letting the seller know, I've already done a home inspection. You might say, home's in good enough condition. I don't even need a home inspection. I'm waiving it.
So if you do have some concerns, number 9, we suggest that you go ahead and have that home inspection, but you let the seller know this is for your information only. You are not going to ask for any repairs.
Right. Number 10, this is a little bit dependent upon the seller, but if there's a septic system, you might be able to waive a septic contingency. Only if you have your answers ahead of time. If the seller has pumped the septic and gotten the health letter, then you can waive your septic contingency.
In that same vein, number 11 speaks to the well. If there is a well on the property, you have access to the records, then go ahead and waive that inspection.
Yep. Number 12, answering all of the homeowners association questions ahead of time if there's an HOA.
Yeah. So here are a few other strategies. And so number 13 could be, you know what? You don't need those appliances. Go ahead and let the seller keep them.
Yep. And number 14, allowing the sellers to leave some personal property behind. This could be if Grandpa had a wonderful tire collection in the backyard and it's an estate sale and the sellers are already overwhelmed with taking care of everything else, you can say, that's all right. You can leave those tires, I'll take care of them.
I have definitely worked with a few elderly sellers who really have appreciated the fact that they didn't have to completely clean out the house.
Yep.
And on that topic of cleaning out the house, number 15, just let the seller know, you don't have to clean the house. I'll take care of it.
Yep.
One more thing you can take off their plate.
Exactly. Number 16. So this is a little bit of a psychological shift in the offer. Instead of simply increasing the offer price, you might offer to pay for the seller's closing costs. Now, this isn't going to work for every buyer. You have to have the financial cash wherewithal to be able to do this. But again, instead of just increasing the offer price, the seller would go like, my closing costs are being paid? Again, a psychological move.
It's just, in a competing market, it's another great tactic. So along that same line, you can offer to pay your own agent's commission. The seller doesn't have to pay the buyer's agent commission. You can pay your own if you have that capability.
Yep. Number 18, waiving the lead paint addendum. If you know it's a house that was built in the 1930s, there's probably lead paint somewhere, but it's been painted over enough times and you understand what it means to possibly have lead paint in your home, you can waive the opportunity to test for lead-based paint.
Number 19 speaks to the fact that there is a seller disclosure statement. It's a 6-page statement that the seller has filled out about the house. Typically, we have our buyer sign, just acknowledge receipt, basically. But you have the right to give up your ability to exit the contract based on this seller disclosure statement. So you can waive that right. that also really strengthens your offer.
Yep. Okay, number 20, including a letter to the seller. Everyone's heard about that before. Now, I want to caution you, when you write a letter to the seller, there's a possibility you're inviting the seller to violate fair housing laws. If you say, me and my kids are going to love the house, and the seller has a neighbor that he dearly adores, that he knows really doesn't like kids,
you're not doing yourself any favors.
right? So you have to be really careful with that letter that you craft to the seller.
You do. You're really crafting it more towards the seller and less about yourself.
Yep.
Number 21 under more advanced strategies talks about an escalation clause. Now, we could talk for a long time on an escalation clause, but it does allow you to be much more competitive in a multiple offer situation.
Yep. And I just wanted to say, items 21 through 26, you're definitely going to want to have a conversation with your agent about all of these. These are advanced strategies.
Yeah.
So
Buyer
all of them,
beware.
Definitely. Number 22, to offer an increased down payment in case of a low appraisal.
Number 23, on the purchase and sale agreement, there's a clause that talks about a 10-day verification period. This is another item that you can certainly cross off, but again, buyer beware.
Yep. Number 24, offering to let the seller have extended possession of the home past the closing date, possibly rent-free. Buyer beware on all of these.
Yeah. Number 25, your earnest money shall become a non-refundable deposit at some point in this contract. That's a huge, huge deal. Needs a lot of discussion.
A lot. Number 26, last but not least, if you're getting financing, you're getting a loan, you might not include a financing contingency. You'll disclose that you're getting a loan, but you might not put that financing contingency in your offer.
As you've been listening, if you have questions and you think, wow, I'd like to know more about that, please, in the comments, let us know what questions you may have. We would love to maybe get back together, answer a few of these questions, address some of the concerns in another video. But the bottom line is that buying a home is a really big deal. And in this competitive market, there are a lot of strategies, but you need a really strong real estate agent to work on your behalf.
Yep, one with lots of experience and lots of competence. So if you have any questions at all, as Terry mentioned, comment. We might do a future video on it. You're always welcome to call us.
Yeah, until the next time.